Hello there. Hello, Sacred Earth. God bless you. Thank you for joining us. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hi, Angela. How are you? I'm glad you're on with me today. Thank you for joining me. We're going to talk about an interesting topic. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Sacred Earth Guardian. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Glad to be here. Oh, you're so welcome. I am so glad that you're here. We're going to talk about gaslighting. I have about 40 minutes, so I don't have a lot of time. Hey, Danielle, thank you. Thank you. That's why I love for you all to subscribe so when I come on, it will alert you that I am on. I am so glad to be here. And we are talking about gaslighting. Let's deal with that. Many of you have even went through this, and I would love to hear what you had to say. I am going to be in Chicago same days 11th through the 15th of next year, August 2023. We're going to be downtown Chicago, and it's going to be awesome for our conference. Each process lead to freedom conference. This will be our second year. This year was very successful under the auspices of Bishop Kathy Gibson, and I want you to join me. Feel free to write me Destiny Helper 12s at gmail.com. Destiny Helper 12s at gmail.com. And what we're going to do, we're going to start a pray program, and that way it'll be easier for you by the time next year come. Everything for you will be already paid up a little bit at a time. So thank you so much. Let's get into our conversation piece when we were talking about gaslighting. Hi, Tiffany. How are you? She said, family caught you live. Oh, yes. And I'm so glad. But get this. I have about a half an hour because I'm on my way to church. So I have about a half an hour. Yes. Thank you so much, Danielle. I'm so glad you're here. And so I wanted to do a live. Dr. Brian would be on her live on this evening. And the only time I had was this morning. So let's talk about gaslighting. How many of you have experienced gaslighting? Or how many of you know what it really is? Let's talk about this. Tell me, how many of you have experienced this with the narcissist? And it is a terrible, and it's the number one thing that the narcissists choose to do because it's really effective when it works, or it has to be immediately overthrown. This is something that you can't take lightly. You have to take it seriously, and you have to deal with it. You have to really deal with it because it can be very tremendous when you are being gaslighted, because the whole intention is to make you feel that you are inappropriate, that you're insufficient, that you are crazy, that nothing you do is really real. It takes you from your reality. So this calls an alternate reality when you don't deal with it, and the narcissist uses it. And let's find ways he uses it. He uses it in your personal life. He put things down, you put things down, he moves it, she moves it. You know you put it down, but you do it, they do it so much until you now start questioning yourself. Tiffany said, yeah. You start questioning yourself, and you question whether the reality of what happened is happening, and did you do what you said? So now you are living in an alternate reality. Yeah, you're living in an alternate reality, because after a while you start losing faith of what is real, what is true, and what is not. And because you love the narcissist, you will not allow yourself to believe that they will do what you think they're doing. So you excuse it. You got cognitive dissonance coming in, and you are excusing them. You're deflecting what they're doing. You are saying, no, I will not believe that. There's no way they're doing it. Sacred Earth said, I had to go to work. She said, so hard to regain. Let me read what she said. She said, so hard to regain my truth and gain it back. It is a battle for sure. Absolutely. Tiffany says, like a twilight zone. Only Jesus can bring you out. Absolutely. But that's why the narcissist likes it, because it's very effective. And as the narcissist work against you, like Tiffany, who was that? Sacred Earth said. She said it's hard to get yourself back. Why? Because it's an attack against your whole soul realm, your whole persona, the way you think, what you do. And then they will start to collaborate with people around you and talk to them, but tell you the opposite of what they're talking about. They could be talking about a career, but when they talk to you, they're telling you, they're saying you're acting strange. They're saying that you are really different. They're saying that you're really different. They're saying that you're not acting the way you used to act, and that they don't feel comfortable around you, that you seem like you off. And when you talk to that person, you're talking about a dress and shoes. And you wonder, how did they conclude that with what I was talking about? They wasn't. It's gaslighting. They will make you think that your friends are talking about you. Everybody thinks that you're strange. People are wondering what's going on with you. And what you're saying is nothing is going on with me. Yeah, but your mother the other day, I saw her when she walked away and she was shaking her head. Or your sister told me, are you okay? Is she okay? You just talked to your sister. Nothing seemed off. But the narcissist would tell you, your sister said, are you okay? So now you think people are talking behind your back. Now you think people are not genuine. So now you start to doubt your family. You start to doubt your friends. You start to doubt your coworkers. Gaslighting. And you will never do anything right when the narcissist is gaslighting you. Every little thing you do is wrong. Everything. And the narcissist would say, why did you do that? And you say, do what? Why'd you look at me like that? I didn't look at you like that. Yeah, I saw you looking at me. And you're thinking, what is this dude or what is she talking about? She said, I am still healing their messages in my mind and in my heart. She said, everything they said for years. She said, so glad the ones that stayed in my life stood up for me. She said, I lost some friends, but they were not my real friends. Absolutely. Sacred Earth, absolutely. Gaslighting takes time because it scars the mind. It traumatizes the mind. Gaslighting take you out of your reality into alternate reality where you don't know what's real and what's not. Now you see why they like using it. She said, flying monkey. She said, I've been helping my mom and I thought she was helping me. She's a covert. She said, just look. She said, just took the car, got my uncle to come from me, and all because I rebuked her. She left. Oh, wow. You know what, Tiffany? The reason they use gaslighting because when you doubt yourself and you're not sure of yourself, the narcissist can get away with anything. It's totally selfish. When they gaslight you and you're telling them something, they don't even want to hear it. Nothing is ever right. You can't do right. The food you cook could be perfect. I mean delicious. And they're going to tell you it has too much salt, has too much pepper. If you listen to them, you're going to mess it up. Tiffany, I am so sorry that unfortunately the inhabitants are family. The narcissists are family. And they can trigger some serious things. She's never satisfied. That's the way gaslighting works. They're not going to be satisfied. And there's nothing you can do. And many times we put efforts in and we spin our wheels with them. Nothing it'll never work. That's why gaslighting works. That's why the narcissists use it. Their number one thing is gaslighting, trauma bonding, lying, cheating, all of that. Because even when they cheat, they gaslighting and they're cheating. And they said the only reason I'm doing this is because of the way you do. You won't even have me. And you give it every time they want to, every time they try. Sometimes you initiate. And you're thinking, how much more can I give you? I'm with you all the time. And they say, you don't give yourself to me. And then you start doubting whether you're doing right. You start doubting whether it is right. You start doubting the relationship. Then you start thinking it's going wrong because of me. That's gaslighting. There was a movie, I think it was in 1940, they did a movie, and the movie was Gaslighting, where this husband gaslighted his wife, and she thought she was losing her mind. And it was him all the time. That's the way it is with you. That's the way it is with the narcissist. The narcissist want to make sure that you are never in your strength. Gaslighting takes your strength away because it's draining. Very draining. And look at this right here. Tiffany said, I got over the narc lover and found out the root is my family. It's a beacon. It's a drag. It's a magnet. She said, I'm the only child, double trouble. Wow. So it doesn't matter if there's a lot of siblings or one sibling. A narcissist is a narcissist is a narcissist. And they have certain attributes that is utilized in their personality trait. It's unchangeable. You said, why is it unchangeable? Because you got to see yourself to change. You got to see your faults to change. How the narcissists change when grandiosity is there. They don't see them, they see your faults. And that's what gaslighting does. Gaslighting always see your faults. Gaslighting always tell you what's wrong with you. Gaslighting always say what you can't do, what you could do, and how you did do it, and it wasn't right. She said a narc is a narc is a narc. Absolutely. Couldn't say it better. And so you who've been gaslighting, you have to heal from this. How do I heal from gaslighting? By being about positive people. You need a good support group. And you're probably going to need a good therapist. Because gaslighting traumatizes the mind. It just don't attack the mind. It traumatizes the mind. Why? It removes you out of your reality, out of your present place. It removes you from the confidence. It drains you. It gets you in a lack of assurance. And this goes into your job. It goes into your personality. It goes into your friendship. You start doubting where your friends are real. You start doubting where you're doing your job right. You start doubting whether you're a good mother or a good father. You start doubting whether you can please your husband or the wife, which is a narcissist. You start doubting everything. You start doubting when you put something down, you don't know that you put it down, and you're afraid you're not going to remember that you put it down because you did it before and the narcissist picked it up and told you didn't, but there was nobody in the house but you and him, and it's moved. So what do you do about this? You got to write things down. When something happened consistently with the narcissist that got you in a regimen of doubt, write it down. Date it. Date the action, date what you did, and then see the response of the narcissist that come back. Now, the difficulty is if you have cognizant dissonance, you're not going to want to believe that because you're going to deflect it. Like, well, when you start saying that, that means there's a truth behind the well, and you don't want to receive it. And you have to receive it because gaslighting is traumatizing, and it's going to affect every area of your life. It may even bring you into a brain fog where you disassociate and you go back in because you're trying to figure out what's wrong with you. What is wrong with me? I don't know what's wrong with me. When you're away from the narcissist, you're fine. But when you come back to the narcissist, something is always wrong. And it is a sense of betrayal. living in your house, living with you, because they're betraying their love, which they cannot give you. They're betraying the commitment, which they most of them won't have. They're betraying the marriage covenant, which means nothing to them. So what you have to decide, write things down, tape things you're going to do, tape it. When you do it and you finish assignment, tape it. Put a voice to it. Because even if you show the narcissist is going to counteract it. And it's something called word salad. And what they would do when you catch them in the act of gaslighting, and there's no way you thought that they can squeeze their way out of this. And you know what they say? Oh, you taping me? Oh, thank you so much, Tiffany. You're taping me? You mean you don't trust me? They would take whatever they was talking about. They're no longer going to talk about that. That subject is no longer important. Now they're going to defend themselves because they're going to reattach everything they saying to the original accusation of how you didn't do right. And so now they're arguing with you. Oh, you don't trust me. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm not free. This is why you always tracking me down. You're choking me out. You're doing this. And now the whole conversation has changed. It's no longer on the proof you have that they were lying. It's no longer on you got verifiable facts that you're telling the truth. Now is what you're not doing is you smoking them, you're smothering them, you don't trust them. You know, this is why I want to leave, but I love you, so I stay. All of that. And before you know it, you are feeling bad again. And this is why I told you that you do. Now they're back to the gaslighting. The narcissist will not allow you to hem them up in a corner because it's an injury. Because it means they're wrong. And they don't want to be wrong. So they gaslight. Let's see what Tiffany is saying. She said, I believe I seen black eyes jump, leaping. And she said, when I'm studying my word, she would try to stop reading. Or she would say, stop reading that. Wow. They let you know what you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a spirit of God, tell you not to read the word. Well, if you're dealing with a spirit that opposes the word of God, you're going to get opposition in character. You're going to get opposition in speech. You're going to get opposition in behavior. Everything is going to line up to that opposition. But when you know that you're being gaslighted, and it's one of the things, I'm going to come back with a part 3 of this because I want to go live again. And I want to be with you again. We have 10 minutes. In these 10 minutes, what did gaslighting do to you? What did it do to you? Here we have Tiffany talking about it. And we have Sacred Earth talking about it. And Sacred Earth says she's still getting over it. Sacred Earth, how long have you been out of the relationship? She said, I've seen shallow spirits and gatekeepers and all. Whoa, that's some serious stuff. Tiffany, are you still in or are you out? And Tiffany, how long have you been out? Sacred Earth, how long have you been out? If you out, tell me, how long has it been since you've been out with the narcissist? Because this is tremendous when we talk about gaslighting, and we're going to go in it a little bit deeper on part 3 because we will have more time. I really want to administer that it is possible to overthrow. Sacred said, I was gardening. How long have you been out of the relationship? Sacred Earth, how long? Let me see what they're saying here. Tiffany, how long have you been out? And thank you, Tiffany, for that reward. I really appreciate that. She says, still here because of financial, this is Sacred Earth, still here because of financial issues and have done a lot of healing so far. Tiffany said, the lover, 5 years. She said, had to come going on 3 years. She hate me and my dog. Ooh. So both of you are still in a cumbersome situation where gaslighting is so prevalent. And I'm letting you know that you can come out of it. She said, money is my issue. See, that's the same thing with Sacred Earth. It's the issue of having the resources you need to accommodate what is necessary at the time. But I'm telling you, you got to keep your mind, get books, keep listening to these videos, get positive affirmation, join a support group, keep yourself busy, keep your mind going, because if you allow your mind to be lackadaisical, they will attack at the speed of thought. And you're thinking certain things, and that attack will come in. She said, almost 10 years. She said, we are not together, but live together. She said, I have separated a room at least. She said, since my friends and my family stood up for me, he's more on good behavior, but still, I'm working hard. Wow. Well, she said, I was very ill during COVID. She said, don't ever become financially dependent. You cannot. You got to always have something to bring to the table. She said, stay connected and encourage. Thank you so much, Danielle. Absolutely. She said, I was happy when he took the car. I paid half. Why were you happy when he took the car if you paid half, Tiffany? Did they leave you without a vehicle? She said, I've been listening and learning and healing all through COVID. It's amazing how far I've come. You know what? And we appreciate that. Sacred Earth, we appreciate that. She said, I'm much stronger now. Good girl. Good girl. She said, God is with me, and I got a spiritual mother, and we pray together. Good job. Good job. Good job. You can do this, ICDT. Absolutely, you can do this. Gaslighting is an embargo against your confidence, against your personality, and against the realm of reality. It can be quite restricting, especially both of you are still there. My heart is going out to you as you keep listening to these videos, as you keep being around strong people and friends that will help you emerge farther. And I really, really appreciate you. I'm so sorry that I can't continue to be on because I only had a few minutes. Tiffany, Sacred Earth, Danielle, and you all, I want you to know that you got the power to fight this. Because gaslighting, when the enemy or when the narcissist make you feel like you can't, you know you can. You are so welcome, daughter. You are so welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, please feel free. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you subscribe. And I want you to know, together we're going to do this. We're going to build you back up. We're going to let you see who you really are. You are so welcome, Tiffany. I want you to make sure that you are subscribed. And when I come back on again, you will be alerted. We're going to do part 3. And it's going to be awesome. Yes, like and share and the page, the room, and then please subscribe. I'm Helen Sattler, your Destiny Helper, and I will be seeing you live again shortly. Don't forget, Dr. Brian will be on about 8:30 tonight. Make sure you're with her also. Love you. God bless you. Thank you, Danielle.